Hello folks, today we want to talk about sketchbooks, and you don't have any particular assignments for sketchbooks, but they're incredibly helpful in a distance ed class to use to follow your thought process. And so this is just one of mine, and it'll go from a page where I'm just thinking about different ways to draw a house, and then I might be working out how to build a rib cage because I'm interested in making one sculpturally. And what this is it's visual thinking. Here I'm thinking about the types of curvature I need and whether or not I could make it out of bamboo. And as I progress on this, I'm slowing down my thinking and writing down some things to remember for later and trying to figure out how could I make a rib cage out of coral. Well, sometimes this gets pretty complex, and for people who are engineers, inventors, fashion designers, they keep notebooks like this of the development of their sketches, and they actually date them at the bottom. And if a page is left blank, they will put in, this page was intentionally left blank. This is for copyright purposes, that if somebody steals a character that you did or a fashion design that you created, you would have a book where your thinking process would be dated in sequence, and you could show, look, no page is torn out, this is where the idea came from, and that's how you establish copyright law. But for us, it's just a way to record ideas. And sometimes I might draw like this in order to help you with your studio work, your drawing or a design. So the more you kind of enjoy doing this, the better. It's fine to just do random pages of sketching. I show you this. Okay, this is torn because I was probably in a museum and a little girl wanted the drawing I was doing, so I tear the drawings out and give them to kids. I like drawing from museums of natural history a lot. So this is one of my sketchbooks. I actually have sketchbooks for this class. One is for our video courses, but this is one that I'm going to start anew with. And sometimes I study textile design and costume design because I have a design company called Urban Nomad, and these are from the Met in New York, where I was looking at Asian textiles. And then I might go hiking with a friend, and there's a little view that I wanted to record when I got back to the house with some soft pastels. Now, what happens with a sketchbook like this is you'll notice I have a piece of tracing paper, and I put masking tape on the edges and at the top so the pastel doesn't get over my entire sketchbook. I was doing a large chalkboard on a wall for a client, and so studied the different types of birds that were around in her yard. When I went to the Museum of Natural History, I really loved this skull, and I just go there and draw. And this monkey tail that they had on exhibit was pretty fascinating to me because I'll often draw the bones of the hand, and these fit together like the digits on your finger. And so each one of these is like one bone, two bone, three bones, like this, and they fit together the same way. So I was thinking that was funny. I liked the skull and wanted to see if I had captured it accurately. As I recall, it was an extinct species. And so what I did was I laid a sheet of paper over it to just keep it clean. And then I laid another sheet of paper over it and kind of did a forensic study about what this creature would look like. And then that will protect this. So, you know, some of the sketches are rough. Sometimes I'll get a sketch on another sheet of paper and put it in. Sometimes I'll tape something that I printed out. These are still from the Museum of Natural History. Sometimes I'll do lopsided sketches of mannequins that they have. So when you're doing this, it can be very, very sketchy. I'll often do things like this in my sketchbook that are meant to show you how to, for instance, draw certain forms or shapes. and ask you to do some practice work like this. And so I keep up with my studio sketchbook, and hopefully you'll keep up with a studio sketchbook like this as we go step by step on how to draw things. Sometimes it's a way to talk about ideas. This is called visual thinking. And other times it's just a way to capture ideas you might have. We were doing some COVID fashion last semester, and we took toilet seat covers and had the idea of taking toilet seat covers and sewing them together and making necklaces, or having some social distancing by you could wear epaulets off the side of your jacket or hat or belt. So some of them are silly. However, it's a good idea to cut out a couple of pieces of tracing paper. You can also use wax paper. This is parchment paper. It's used in baking. So anything to keep things from smearing is a good idea. I would also recommend getting an envelope or two and putting it in your book for things that want to fly away. In addition, I really encourage you, while you have different samples of paper and materials, to just cut some squares that'll go into whatever envelope you have. That way you can have samples, and you can, for instance, if you want to test out a new eraser on charcoal, you don't have to do it on your drawing. You can pull out the charcoal sample that you have in here. For design work, sometimes we might have cutouts or masks or stencils that we're using. So get any kind of sketchbook you want, whatever makes you feel creative. You do not have to have just school stuff in it. You can have anything you want in it. But go ahead and get started on finding one you like. I hope you enjoyed looking at mine. We'll be looking at more of them throughout the semester. Have fun with your sketchbook. Bye.